Welcome there, folks. If you didn't happen to catch it when it was being recorded just a few minutes ago, we have an interview to show you guys with the head of kRO's development team, of their Ragnarok team, as well as the head of the kind of global relations between servers. So we're going to be airing that and then just kind of hanging out with you guys after the video plays. So here we go. Welcome everybody. I'm very pleased to be bringing you an interview we're doing. The kRO development team was able to join us here in the Gravity offices here in California to help set up the kRO migration to our new Thor server. So I'm very pleased to introduce Mr. Jason Hong and Mr. Seth who are here visiting from the home office. Seth is sort of head of global communications. You communicate with the different versions of kRO around the world.
Yes.
And Mr. Hong, you are the head of the development studio, and we're very glad to be able to talk with you both today.
Thank you. We are too. Thank you, Steve.
Okay, and so let's start with our first question. These come from the kRO community, questions that players were curious about and that only the director of kRO can answer. So question number one is, what is next for Ragnarok Online after episode 16? Will there be more exploration of the new world or more places to discover in Rune Midgard?
좀 말씀을 드리면요. 룬 미드가르드 쪽에 스토리는 이제 계속 이어질 예정이 있어요. 아로나 패치 얼음동굴 던전 최상층에 얼음으로 결정화되어 있는 소년의 정체라든지 소년이 어떻게 이제 얼음동굴 최상층에 올라가서 이렇게 얼려질 수밖에 없고 홀로 남아있게 되었는지 그런 것들에 대한 이제 비밀 같은 것들이랑 이야기들이 풀어져 나갈 예정이고요. 저희 미드가르드 상국에 퀘스트상에 밝혀지지 않았던 미해결된 사건들에 대해서 앞으로 계속 저희 다음 에피소드에서 계속 이어져 나갈 예정이 있습니다.
So just to tip of our future plannings, our team is most likely focusing on the story of in Midgard, Three Kingdoms. So it's going to be like what is the identity of this boy at this Runefeld's ice cave dungeon, and why is he left there alone and stuff like that. And there are going to be more story covering up with that kind of place. And then also there are some unsolved cases in Midgard quests, and we are trying to continue on those kind of storylines at this moment.
Very interesting, yeah. The Runefeld's quests are a lot of quest lines that are set up, and kind of a lot of players did have questions about, what's the solution to these mysteries? So it's very exciting that we're going to be returning to those. Okay, the second question is, are there systems that were created or proposed on servers like kRO and kRO that eventually were adopted by kRO? What kind of things do the developers learn from the local versions of the game?
예, 각 국가별로 저희 라그나로크 원 개발자들한테 요청사항들이 좀 상당히 많아요. 그런데 개별적으로 신청해서 제작된 콘텐츠들 중에서 이제 저희 라그나로크 원 스튜디오 인원들에게 좀 다양한 영감을 주는 것들도 상당히 많았고요. 라그나로크에 좀 부족하다라고 생각하는 점을 유저들이 이렇게 요청하고 각 국가별에서 요청하는 여러 가지 콘텐츠를 적용하면서 제가 생각할 때는 라그나로크라는 게임 자체가 조금 더 풍족하고 다양해지고 있다라고 좀 생각을 하고 있거든요. 그래서 좀 예를 좀 들자면은 제가 각 국가별로 의상 장비 요청이 많아요. 코스튬 같은 것들이 상당히 많은데 요청한 국가들뿐만 아니라 요청한 국가 외에 저희가 이제 다른 국가에서도 그 어디 국가에서 요청한 아이템들을 넣고 싶다라는 식의 얘기를 들으면 저희가 그거를 추가적으로 제작을 해주는데, 좀 미국의 예를 들자면은 좀 좋은 예가 천사의 날개, 그 타락한 천사의 날개라든지 그 여행자의 배낭 같은 아이템들은 미국뿐만이 아니고 전 세계적으로 사실 좀 되게 다양히 좀 호평을 받았던 아이템들이 있었습니다. 그래서 좀 그 IRO가 맞죠? 예, IRO 쪽에도 저희가 좀 많이 부탁을 드리고 싶은 건, 앞으로도 많이 저희들한테 요청을 해주시고 아이디어를 주시면 저희가 같이 함께 만들어 나가는 게임이 될 수 있도록 노력할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
Well, as you know, we are receiving many requests from all around the world, and like maybe on a daily basis. So pretty much everything is inspiring us a lot. And sometimes we go from there, like using their ideas, and sometimes we kind of like make localization maps and like episodes literally from their ideas. And as you know, our recent focus was on making lots of custom items, which is more fun to play with. And and mostly we get many ideas from users' requests, especially making those kind of custom items. And just so you know, like for instance, there's Angel's Wing and Archangel's Wing and like Hero's Bags kind of custom items which have good designs and stuff. And people in IRO, I'm pretty sure that you guys have liked it a lot. And those kind of items are not only popular in like your country, but also in other countries also. So our hope is to get more and more ideas from our users around the world, and hopefully to be able to make those in real game system.
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely. The community is always happy when they see ideas that they've created implemented into the game, or you know, seeing things that other versions of RO have created kind of making their way to us as well. Question number 3 is, what are some aspects of the game that you feel can be improved in future updates?
그 아까 전에도 말씀드렸다시피 그 삼국의 미해결 사건들에 대해서 이야기를 풀어 나가게 될 거고요. 좀 그 유저들 편의 상황을 위해서 저희가 좀 개선하는 콘텐츠 업데이트가 뭐가 있냐면, 그 라그나로크가 사실 외형을 꾸미는 재미도 상당히 많이 있잖아요. 그런데 사실 유저가 이 아이템을 직접 사거나 아니면 같이 돌아다니는 플레이어들을 보기 전까지는 이 아이템의 어떤 모습을 내 캐릭터에 보여질까라는 거에 대해서 잘 알 수가 없어요. 그래서 제가 뷰티샵이라는 그런 시스템을 만들 예정인데요. 그게 어떤 거냐면, 뷰티샵에 들어가서 제가 착용해볼 아이템들을 착용을 해본 다음에 이게 마음에 들면은 내가 구매를 할 수 있게 만드는 시스템이에요. 그러니까 미리 입어보고 구매할 수 있는, 라그나로크에서는 뭐 다른 캐릭터들의 장비들을 본다거나 다른 캐릭터가 가진 뭐 특이한 장비의 룩을 보는 그런 것들은 가능했는데, 그게 부족하다 보니까 사실 이거는 좀 편의성을 위해서 저희가 제공할 예정이 있고요. 좀 큰 업데이트가 지금은 뭐 자세하게 말씀을 드리진 못하지만 금년 안에 라그나로크에 큰 업데이트가 있습니다. 그 시스템적으로도 많이 좀 변경을 가져온 업데이트가 있는데요. 이거는 저희가 지금 자리에서 말씀드리지 못하겠지만, 저희가 이 미국 쪽에다가는 최대한 빨리 그 정보를 업데이트 드릴 수 있을 정도가 된다면은 빨리 보여드릴 수 있도록 하겠습니다. 기대해 주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
So, well, as far as future contents, we are preparing this whole new episode about this unsolved case of Midgard Kingdoms. And also we are preparing a game system called Beauty Shop, where you can go inside and take a look, what will this item look on my character. Like until now, you can only just like check other characters, how they look and what they're equipping. But from now on, after this beauty shop is updated, you can actually go into the shop where you want to buy items, and that you can like get a preview of how it will on your character. So I guess that will give more convenience to users when they try to buy something or customs for their characters. And also we do have somewhat huge update on our own project, and which will be containing a big system update that will hopefully like fulfill users' needs in the future. We cannot really give you the total information about that because we want it to be kind of a surprise, but
okay.
We try to give information to you guys, you, Steven, so that maybe you can be the messenger to users in the near future.
Okay. Yeah, you know, that's very exciting to see as this develops, and our players always love to get little previews of upcoming content because a lot of it is, you know, very beautiful and, you know, exciting to see. Question number 4 is, players from certain classes, wanderers and mechanics especially, feel that their classes became less useful in recent updates and are asking if there are class rebalances upcoming for the future.
예, 이거는 뭐 많은 국가들의 요청사항이 있었는데요. 예, 그 에피소드 15.1이 이제 다음에 업데이트 되잖아요. 미국 쪽에 15.2부터 미케닉 직업군, 그러니까 예, 저희는 미케닉이라고 부르는데요. 메카닉을 원더러나 미케닉 직업군들의 기본적인 장비 지원이 좀 많이 추가가 될 예정이 있어요. 전폭적으로 장비 지원이 돼서 좀 미케닉이랑 원더러 같은 직업을 조금 더 편하게 플레이를 할 수 있게 되고요. 저희가 추구하는 거는 이제 파티 플레이든 공성전이든 좀 다양한 플레이를 그 다양한 직업군으로 저희가 플레이를 할 수 있게 만들어야 되는 거여서 그 부분은 저희가 스킬 밸런싱이라든지 아이템 추가 같은 작업을 통해서 문제가 되는 직업들에 대해서 계속 수정을 해 나갈 예정이 있습니다.
Yeah, so we've been hearing a lot lately about these classes from other countries also. Well, as you know, it's our goal to make all classes valuable for gameplay, right? So our understanding is your system is right now on episode 14.2, right?
That is correct.
In the future, and from 15.1 episode, we are trying to support many items as possible for mechanic classes, so that you guys can, the classes can be more effective in gameplay, especially for like War Emporium or party plays, stuff like that. And also, this is not really formally like fixed yet, but still, we are making new items and new skills for not only for wanderers or mechanics, but for those like less powerful, less effective classes, so that they can be also variable in times of battlefield.
Excellent.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, you know, level 175 and items like the amplifier, the sound amplifier, really do help. Even items or skills can make a big effect on these classes. For question number 9, what is your favorite MVP monster? Does a certain member of the team or a certain team handle all of the monster designs?
예, 제가 제일 좋아하는 MVP 몬스터 에드가라고 그 호랑인데 이렇게 담배를 물고 있는 그 캐릭터가 있는데, 사실 이게 좀 말장난도 많이 가미된 캐릭터예요. 한국식으로 한국식 표현으로 오래전 옛날을 표현하는 의미로 호랑이가 담배 피던 시절이라는 그런 말을 사용하거든요. 근데 그 몬스터를 호랑이가 담배 피는 모습으로 저희가 제작을 했어요. 그래서 사실 좀 말장난이나 좀 유머 같은 게 많이 섞여 있는 것 같아서 제가 이 몬스터를 좀 상당히 좋아하고요. 그리고 몬스터 디자인 제작은 저희 그래픽 인원들하고 기획 인원들 좀 같이 그런 사전 협의 같은 것도 많이 거쳐서 예, 좀 여러 명이 그래픽 디자이너 여러 명이 좀 붙어서 같이 작업을 하고 있어요. 보통 그 3-4명 정도의 디자이너가 작업을 한다라고 보시면 되고요. 뭐 상황에 따라 달라지긴 하겠지만 예, 한 명이 전부 다 제작을 하거나 그러지는 않습니다.
So for making monster designs, it's like obviously it's not only one person working. There is actually a team of people working on all together for every monster designs. And sometimes we get designs from users also, but most of the times we have designer there, and our project team gives us an idea, and then this other image team, illustration team works on to actually build a design for the monsters. And as for the favorite MVP monster, you can call it Edgar. You see from that this tiger is actually kind of smoking there, which is resemblance of our old saying in Korean that like in Korea we call like once upon a time in galaxy kind of thing as like when back then when tiger was smoking.
Oh.
Because we believe there's a story that tiger was actually like animals were like humans back in the past, and we just kind of make an expression that tiger has been smoking like that, and we're just recalling that moment. And yeah, it's kind of like, and this character is actually like inspired from that story. So he likes the MVP monsters Edgar the most.
It's very cool. I think the monsters in Ragnarok Online, you know, along with the character designs, are one of the most iconic and memorable parts of the game. Is people, our players, love the monsters. And the next one is, who or what is your favorite Ragnarok character? It can be a non-playable character, a monster, or a class. Which one is most special to you?
저는 바포메트하고 바포메 주니어를 좀 되게 좋아해요. 왜냐면 이게 라그나로크 초창기부터 이 바포메트라는 몬스터는 상당히 좀 상징적인 의미가 있었거든요. 그때는 처음에는 사실 좀 잡기 힘든 그 뭐라고 해야 되나 되게 강력한 보스 몬스터고 처음 겪게 되는 좀 무서운 몬스터 중에 하나인데 이게 어떻게 보면 상징적인 몬스터가 되었다가 이제 라그나로크 전세계 서비스 되면서 이제 바포메트라는 몬스터의 이미지를 가지고 바포메트나 바포메트 주니어의 몬스터 이미지를 가지고 각 국가의 팬사이트에 좀 여러 가지 이미지들이 올라왔는데 사실 뭐 흉악하고 그런 이미지도 있지만 되게 귀여웠던 이미지들이 좀 엄청나게 많았어요. 그래서 제가 마침 이 캐릭터에 대해서 애정을 가지고 있었는데 좀 그런 팬아트라든지 그런 것들도 영향을 더 받아서 사실 저는 그런 것 때문에 더 많이 좋아하게 되었고요. 그리고 그 제가 좋아하는 캐릭터는 클래스는 이제 도적 계열입니다. 뭐 길로틱 크로스나 좀 어떤 게임이든지 뭐 전사처럼 뭐 육중하고 그런 뭐 헤비한 그런 맛을 좋아하는 게 아니고 좀 빠르게 치고 빠지는 스타일의 그런 게임 플레이를 좋아해서 그래서 도적 계열 그쪽 캐릭터들을 좋아하고 있습니다.
So, you know, Baphomet? Yeah, that one is actually my favorite monster back in the days because it was like the hardest monster you can get when the service was first started. But then again, time goes by and people starting to like make it more cute character and make an illustration like that. And I guess this Baphomet and Baphomet Jr. was like very famous to our users, and in that meaning, I like that also as my favorite monster. And also as for the character, my favorite is like thief classes, like the Ultimate Cross and stuff.
Oh.
The reason is because I'm not really into this warrior thing where you lead the party and just like make the tank out of it, but but actually just like hit and run stuff, style kind of character is my style of the game. So that's my favorite.
Very cool. Now, to kind of take us back in time a little bit, how did you get into the video game industry?
뭐 불행하게 들어는 말을 해야 될지 모르겠는데 그 제가 군대를 제대하고 나서 좀 여러 가지 공부를 하고 있을 때 친구랑 술을 한잔 하다가 저녁 먹고 술을 한잔 하다가 저랑 게임을 되게 오랫동안 같이 했던 친구인데 그 친구가 저한테 그런 말을 했던 거예요. 저희가 게임을 하면서 이것저것 아시는 점이 많이 있는데 우리가 그러면 게임을 만들어 보지 않겠냐. 그래서 사실 그래서 제가 어떻게 보면 게임 제작에 처음 길을 디디게 되었는데요. 예, 뭐 결과적으로는 지금 정말 즐겁게 잘 만들려고 하고 있습니다.
So this is kind of funny that well, I did study on this similar field of the scholarship, but didn't really knew I would end up in this kind of work. We just liked the game very much, me and my friends. And then when my army duty was over, and we were like wondering what we can do in our lives and stuff. And my friend and I was having dinner at one time, and this guy told me, there are like so many things we want to improve in all the other games, and why don't we just make one? And that was like the first motivation that I got to just why don't I try about it? So I guess that was the start of my career, and I got into many jobs ever since. And then, well, for now, until now, it has been my career. I'm very happy about it to make something that I really like.
Question number 8. This is kind of like a tough question for a lot of people to answer, but the question is, what is your favorite game of all time?
저는 액션 게임하고 대전 격투 게임 상당히 좋아해요. 저 치고받고 싸우는 게임도 좋아하는데 액션 게임 중에서는 이제 데빌 메이 크라이라는 게임하고 닌자 가이덴이라는 게임 상당히 좋아하고요. 그리고 대전 액션 게임에서는 사실 한국 쪽에는 그렇게 많이 유명하진 않아요. 킬러 인스팅트라는 게임하고 그냥 모랄 콤뱃이라는 게임하고 테켄하고 그리고 버처 파이터, 그거는 어떻게든 최신작은 제가 무조건 플레이 해보려고 노력을 하는 게임들이고, 예, 좀 MMORPG도 좋아는 하는데 정작 길게 잡는 거는 MMORPG고 오래 즐기긴 하는데 단순하게 빠른 시간에 제가 좀 재미를 많이 느끼는 액션 게임들이 제 재미를 많이 느끼고 있어요.
Well, mostly I'm into fighting. So my favorite part, like genre, is action game, and also the PvP fighting games like Street Fighter kind of type of games. So from action game, I like Devil May Cry and Ninja Gaiden, and for this fighting PvP type of game, it's like Mortal Kombat and Tekken's. I try to be like all the adapter to all games. Whenever a new game comes out, try to experience it because I really like to play and fight with other people.
Yeah, it's when you work in the game industry, you never know where inspiration can come from, definitely. And so for the last question of the evening is, do you have any comments or questions for the International Ragnarok Online community?
사실 저희가 미국에 서비스를 하게 된 지 10년이 넘었어요. 지금 12년도 넘어가고 있는데 제가 좀 개인적으로도 많이 아쉽고 좀 안타까웠던 부분이, 제가 미국에서 라그나로크를 즐기는 유저분들하고 많이 소통하고 대화를 해야 되는 그런 계기가 많이 있었으면 좋았었는데 사실 이번에 제가 이렇게 미국 유저분들하고 처음 이렇게 어떻게 보면 얼굴을 맞대지는 못했지만 화면상으로라도 이렇게 많은 대화를 좀 주고나눌 수 있는 첫 번째 계기가 되었다고 생각하고 있고요. 오늘을 좀 계기로 많이 좀 미국 유저들하고 소통도 많이 하고 유저들의 귀를 기울이면서 같이 만들어 나가는 라그나로크가 됐으면 좋겠다라고 생각하고 있고요. 저희도 많이 노력할 테니까 저희들한테 많은 아이디어라든지 요청사항 주시면 그 요청사항에 부응할 수 있도록 저희 개발진들하고 같이 열심히 노력하겠습니다. 앞으로도 잘 부탁드리겠습니다.
So it is more than 10 years that International Ragnarok has started, and we wish we had a chance to meet users more and more, but this is like the first time we actually get together and talk about stuff. So what we're thinking is to be more closer to users. We are open. We are trying to be more open to user opinions, and from this moment, we'll try more and more to be more reachable to users. Hopefully, there will be more chances that we can get together, at least like these chances, so that users can be aware of what we're thinking, and you guys can also share your opinions to us, which will be very helpful for our development in the future. And we also like to say thank you for giving us this opportunity to meet our users.
Thank you very much, and thank you too. It is very much a wonderful opportunity to be able to sit down with the people who make Ragnarok possible. So I definitely appreciate you guys answering questions for the RO community, and I do like hearing that we're going to be doing more, communication between the community and the development team. Definitely looking forward to it. So thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you guys for watching this interview.
Muted.
And we're back. So thank you guys very much for watching that. We're gonna play it again in just a bit, just in case you missed the start of the video. But we did get to talk with the development team with some more stuff. Not just the questions that we have are kind of like what they're able to answer within this span of time that we're able to give them. But we've also been talking behind the scenes about some of the other more detailed and technical questions that the community had to talk about.
So I guess the first thing that we should probably address is the concerns players have right now about the items on Thor.
Yes. When we were working on bringing Thor online, servers were crashing. We were trying to find out why. What we found was that data that we had received for the migration process had been corrupted. It was not in our records. It's something where it was necessary to wipe, whether the corrupted item was in their inventory or in their storage. That all had to be taken out in order to start the server at all. So because of how the system works, it would not be possible for us to do any kind of rollback or to even see what those items were, just the way that the data is stored. So it's very unlikely that we'd be able to restore those lost items and equipment. So in lieu of that, we're currently working on and hopefully have more information for you guys soon about replacement items, kind of putting together like this would be an Archbishop package, this would be a Guillotine Cross package for just kind of like gears to get you into the game.
And those are going to go out to people who were affected by the data loss.
We still have a record of what accounts were affected by the deletion. It's about 500 characters, give or take. very unfortunate, but you know, unfortunately, there's nothing on our side that would have been possible to do to sort of find out what exactly those items were, and the other items that they had. Unfortunately, it just had to be removed in chunks to bring the server up at all. Warrior asks, is it safe to take items out from storage, or are they going to be rollbacks and wipes? No, there shouldn't be any need for that, at least from what we've seen so far. There's still players who are experiencing disconnections and other kinds of issues, but there shouldn't be anything too major. But you know what, keep an eye on the forums. We'll make announcements there if there are any changes, but so far I can say you shouldn't worry about taking items out of storage or anything like that.
So you'd say it's stable enough for players right now that they should
so.
go ahead and play, and hopefully next week we'll have something for all of you that were affected by the wipe, so that there's going to be equipment that will be packaged for you. So.
Right. Warriok says apparently only my inventory got wiped, not the storage. Yeah, if the corrupted item was in storage, the storage had to be removed. If it was in inventory, the entire inventory had to be removed, but we tried not to remove any chunks of data that were not affected. So some people still have their storage or they still have their inventory, but definitely unfortunate.
But it is being addressed, so if you have concerns beyond this, go to our forums. We're going to be on top of it as much as possible. So we want to take care of you guys. I know this is kind of a stressful time making the transition over, so we're going to do everything we can to make it as easy as possible.
The most recent question is I logged off at Payon yesterday evening, but I responded Biolabs again this morning. I guess let us know what server you're on where that happened. Please send a ticket in if you notice anything unusual, but we'll be happy to assist with that. One thing that we talked about that was not mentioned on the stream, but we're actually very excited to announce today, is that we are actually getting a United States themed expansion town. Now, I believe the last one that happened was Port Malay, that was designed for the Philippines, but we're getting our own. It started off as a proposal for the anniversary quest this year. We got a communication back like, geez, you know, it would be nearly impossible for us to do something of the scale that has been proposed for this, you know, getting it in May and, you know, being able to test it for June. But they said, you know what if we made it into a permanent event and we, you know, worked on it, and it would come out in 2016 as something that would be in the game forever. And so I said, okay, yeah, we'll take that. And so we're going to be working with them to add even more than what we originally had proposed. You know, we'll be working more closely with the development team over in Korea to create this Western themed town that I am
Wild West
very
themed?
Wild West themed. No more Mr. Knife Guy, robot spiders. All no.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah,
Still Western theme. That's awesome.
you know, there's a ton of fun stuff. The mythology and the adventure of the Old West, I think, will be very exciting for players, not just on kRO, but you know, all over the world. People will be able to play on the stuff that we're helping to design. So, very excited about that. So
That's 2016?
2016. From the sound of it, it's going to take a lot of development work, which we kind of anticipated for a full expansion town. But it's a challenge that we're looking very much forward to tackling.
I think that'll be exciting, especially since I know that we haven't had like an American themed town, and
Lighthousen doesn't count, guys.
we finally get one, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that. It's a little bit ways out though, so but 2016, it's got a date, sort of. So
It's got a date. You know, there's going to be like 15 Marvel movies that come out in that space. So, you know what? Just go into the movie theater. There'll be a Star Wars or Disney movie. You know, it'll carry you until 2016.
Yeah,
big deal.
So we had a really sweet comment in the chat that was playing during the video that I wanted to call out, just because I thought it was just really nice, and we want to pass it along actually to our guests that are here working on the project, since it's such a nice message. So the message was
Swordbreaker X.
Yeah, Swordbreaker X had said, I must admit, I think I wish I could meet everyone behind the RO Korean staff and everyone on the US and EU staff and give them all hugs for bringing us a great MMO that even today makes me happy on my worst days. So that's just such a great message. So we're definitely going to convey that. And if any of you guys have, sweet messages that you want to send.
Messages.
Yeah, sweet. We won't send your hate mail for you, but we will definitely convey any sort of message of gratitude that you have. Now that they're here, just for this limited period of time, we have that ability. So I hope if you guys have some time that you can maybe spare a moment to write some nice words. So it's been interesting having them around the office. So
yeah, we've gotten a lot of stuff done. And I think it'll help us in the future to just better communication and like they said, they're interested in starting to get more contact, better communication between themselves and the players. So I think that's a great goal to strive for.
Yeah, I definitely see this being something that we can build off of and hopefully do this more often. I know that it's not easy for us to have them here physically, but hopefully we can make that distance between the U.S. and Korea a little bit closer.
Maybe we can get the company paid for a trip to Korea for Warpportal Weekly.
Yeah. We don't have any wood to knock on for that, but no,
that's not wood. That's IKEA.
that's particle board. So we do have a comment to tell the main guy that he has badass hair. We will convey that. He was worried about his hair looking weird on the stream, so we'll let him know that you guys gave it approval. So we've got a little bit of a halo going on for some of our guests, depending on how our green screen's acting.
But yeah, they're actually commenting on our studio setup.
Yeah, they like the new setup, which is great because we've been pushing to upgrade and we have new lights and thankfully a new camera that's mostly in focus. So we've been very happy to be able to upgrade this space so that we can bring you a better show. Do we have a...
You could always use Skype. We do keep Seth, who is kind of the head of global relations. We do talk with members of their global team, but usually the global team, because the development team is primarily Korean speaking, we kind of go through them and to do our communication. But this is one of the first times that we've actually been able to talk directly with the head of the development team. So it was very exciting for me, definitely. And,
it was also awesome for them to say yes to being on camera, because we were a little bit concerned about that at first, because even some people on our own staff don't want to be on camera, so it's a big thing.
Yeah, we'll have to fix that. We'll record them secretly.
Yeah,
we'll
when they're not,
later.
I don't think that they're going to like that if we do that.
But yeah, maybe internet telecommunication or something like that might be good for seeing if we can do something like that in the future. But yeah.
So yeah, actually Campator has been on the stream. We have a comment about that. So he has been on camera.
Campator has appeared in his corporeal form. I think it's just Leonis who has not appeared, but we'll see if we can break that eventually. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Hope you guys are enjoying our format. It's certainly a lot of fun for us to do this every week.
Yeah.
I certainly like doing it. And so we're already working on ideas for the next Destination Ragnarok, which, it's got a few views on YouTube. A couple people watched it. So I think for the next one it might be a Matsu theme,
Yeah, we're just trying to narrow down, because we actually have a lot of options. There's a lot of towns to cover, and the LA area
Some of the areas are a little pricey.
Yeah, that is, the filming in some places is a little sketch, so we might have to do some shaky cam.
We'll just tell them we're with Jackass. You can fall.
Oh yeah, then we won't get kicked out for that, so. But hopefully we'll have a new episode of that sometime soon. Really glad that went over well. It was fun venturing out there and bringing you.
Yeah, now that the merger stuff is, at least, there's still a lot of work to do, but kind of the brunt of the work has been done to at least get the server set up. So hopefully have a little bit more time to actually work on some fun projects like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So in a minute here, we're going to go back and we're going to replay the stream just for any of you guys who got in a little bit late, just so you won't miss it. After that, it's going to be up on YouTube, so you'll be able to reference it there. Hopefully you'll, even if you've watched it, you'll give another watch there. Just boost those numbers.
Absolutely. Yeah, please. Tell your friends. We don't have any advertising money. But yeah, share them up on the, MySpace, Friendster, whatever you kids use nowadays. Ello, I don't know.
Snapchat.
Chat roulette. Everything's good. Just help us get the word out there. But, we wouldn't be able to do this without you guys' support. And so we're deeply grateful for you guys watching, sharing, hosting, and for those, especially for those of you guys who have been live streaming, CHPin, Danny Extreme, Soy Milk, Zoe, and several more. You guys are getting the word out
Team
there.
Brazil yesterday for RO2.
Yeah. You guys are getting the word out for RO1 and 2.
Yeah, so.
And so we're always looking for more people to be doing streaming, and we'll do what we can to help promote you guys and get you a signal boost.
Yeah, absolutely. We love to know when you guys are streaming, so tweet at us. That's the best way to notify somebody on staff. I know that Oda here, he actually watches his phone even on the weekends when we're not in the office to maintain that connection so that we can get your streams up there, because we do want to have your stuff out there broadcast. It's a lot more fun to watch you guys play than us, so just give us a tweet, let us know. If you have a set schedule, clue us in, because we definitely will want to push out that information, since we're a big community here, but it's small in terms of gaming at large, and we know that sometimes it's a little easy to overlook some of our small new streamers, and we want to help.
If your friends and family leave their workstations unlocked, or coworkers, just go and open up our stream. It doesn't even have to be playing, but open up 5 windows of our YouTube videos.
So CH Penn says, make sure Jello Shaker waves her hands over my stream every time she's good luck. We will let her know that so that she can work her magic. We try to tweet out whenever we're in the office, so you'll see our Twitter accounts, our personal ones, trying to push those.
Zoe just posted up in the chat, and we'll probably drop it into the, splice it into the YouTube description.
We should, yeah.
It's a guide for getting started live streaming. It's super easy. Software like OBS is totally free.
Yes.
And totally radical. But it's something where, if you're going to be doing something cool anyway, why not get it recorded? It helps get us out there. And, that's what games is right now. Nobody has time to play any games, so, all we can do is watch other people playing.
I think it's more, especially with Ragnarok, it's that people get excited for other people engaging in the community. It's not even necessarily the fact that you don't have time, it's the fact that you're watching somebody else's experience with this game, and that there's something enjoyable about that, because what they do might be separate from what you do. I think it's a little bit different from some other games that get streamed, just because some of it's so competitive. With RO, it's more personal, I feel, watching those streams. You get to know the people doing it.
Level, or I'm going to Haven, one of our players just posted up a YouTube guide on the new dungeon, and so he has a video that he recorded of hey, I'm going to go down to this dungeon, and I'm not going to stop until I kill this MVP. And so, I shared that up on the Facebook, and there's so many fun things that people can do, and probably looks good on a resume too.
Well, and
you could be the next Pootie Pie.
Good luck. I think we'd all like to be him, but we have a comment about that one person in our stream would like to do so, but is afraid to talk or show their face. So in that case, there's actually ways you can get around that. You don't necessarily have to show your face if you're afraid of vocalizing. Sometimes that's
people have possibility. They'll have text.
Right.
They'll type up, or they'll put up captions.
Or they'll play music in the background. sometimes like don't try and upload that to YouTube later. But if you just want to like play some song that you really enjoy and just stream your gameplay, but with no visuals of your face, that's totally fine, and we'll still push that out there because we want you all to feel included. You don't have to be super social, because it was something we were just talking about, getting in front of the camera. Like, some people get nervous, and that's totally understandable. So you were about to say something?
Yeah, actually, and it's not just if you're playing the game. If you're an artist.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's new guidelines that have expanded on Twitch where you can do like crafting and drawing and the talk shows like this. So if you guys are sitting there and you're just drawing something that's RO related, or anything that's from any of our Warpportal titles, it can be from Rose, it can be from Requiem, although some of the Requiem stuff I don't know if we'd have any trouble with if it's super graphic, but I don't know. But if you're drawing something, we'll host that as well.
Yeah.
You guys should think outside the box with that if you're a good artist.
Think outside the bun.
The bun?
Ding. Hey, don't be chained by your McDonald's breakfast. You should go to Taco Bell, so the commercials say. But yeah, if you're going to be doing some drawing or something like that, Twitch
Definitely.
is definitely more okay with it than they have been in quite a while. And so, you could be doing Endless Tower with one hand, and you could be drawing with the other hand.
If you can do that, please stream that, because that's impressive.
Exactly.
It's hard enough doing a stream while playing a game. I can only imagine doing a stream, playing a game, doing a drawing. I don't know. I think that would make you like a superhero or something. So, I don't know.
So don't be afraid to tweet at @PlayRagnarok.
Yes, please.
When you're doing those streams too.
And this is for all our games. It applies to not just Ragnarok. I know there's a lot of people in our stream right now that are here for Ragnarok, but if it's any of our other titles, we are more than happy to push that out too.
And hey, if you guys could get organized and be strict, I feel really bad when 3 people go online at the same time. And
Yeah.
It's all of you guys are really good, but I can only host one at a time.
It's like a coin toss on which one goes up, so...
Usually it's whoever gets first, so...
Yeah, and we try to stagger it too, where if we host a person a lot and there's a newbie coming up, we want to give that person that time to shine too, so... But yeah, do we want to go ahead and replay this? Or if you guys have any more questions, let us know. We're going to go back to the interview. Just play it again for anybody who might have come late.
Play it again, Sham.
Play us out.
Yeah, so this portion is going to go up on YouTube. We're going to put it up right now. And thank you guys so much for watching. And make sure to tune in next week for Tiki Tuesday and Warpportal Weekly.
Yes, and I also want to just say thanks to our wonderful Korean staff for coming out and sharing this with us.